So in the previous video, we learned how to create a basic HTML page. In this video, let us learn about the most common elements that are needed for working with text, namely headings and paragraphs, and a few others which we will understand one by one. Now headings is something that is used to define headings, which you can probably guess. Basically for things like main topics, subtopics, you can make use of the heading tags. So for headings, we basically have 6 variants that we can use in HTML. The first tag is the h1 tag, which we already saw in the previous video, which is this h1 tag. Now this h1 tag is used to define the most important heading, meaning the heading which carries the most weight to it. Then we can define other headings from h2 to h6 tags. So let us head over to our HTML folder and create a new file, and let us name it as headings paragraphs.html. Now right here, let us quickly scaffold our basic HTML boilerplate. So we can use a shortcut that VS Code provides. So exclamation mark and press tab. So this gives us the basic HTML boilerplate. And this looks exactly identical to the one that we defined in the previous video. But there we defined it from absolute scratch. But with VS Code, we have a set of plugins that VS Code ships with internally, and that is called as Emmet. So to generate a basic structure for HTML, we can type exclamation mark and then simply press tab, right? So for this, let us give the title to working with text. So let us quickly try all the variants. H1, this is the first heading. Now we can simply say here the tag and press tab, and then this is the second heading. You can say this is h2. Let us here say this is the h1, then h3 tab, this is h3, h4, this is the h4, h5, this is the h5, h6, this is the h6. Now let us give this a preview in the browser to see how each of these look. So my live server is running, and this file is headings paragraphs.html. Now as you can see here, each successive heading tag has a smaller font size compared to the previous ones. So you can see h1 carries the most importance and h6 carries the least significance, right? Now let us consider some best practices. Every web page should have one and only one h1 heading, right? So this h1 heading should represent what the entire web page is all about. Although this is not something that is enforced by web browsers, but generally it is considered a best practice to have exactly one main heading in a web page, though you can definitely have more. Now let us talk about paragraphs next. So to define a paragraph, we have the p element of HTML. Now the thing that you need to remember here is that a paragraph always starts on a new line. So let us define loads of lorem ipsum, and for this, a better element to use would be the paragraph element, right? So let us say lorem 200 and press tab. So let us give this a preview in the browser, and here you can see our HTML page with the 6 heading elements and this paragraph containing loads of lorem ipsum. Next, we can also put emphasis on some of the text that we have in this paragraph, say, by using the em tag. So let me grab some bunch of text here and wrap this around the em tag like this. So save the changes, and here's what we get. So this is what makes the element italic, as you can see, but this is the default behavior of the em tag, that it makes your text italic, but you can override the styles that it provides to your element. The em tag also has a counterpart, which is called the I tag, but now it is deprecated in HTML because the sole purpose of HTML code is to define the building blocks of a web page and not the styling, right? Now to make text italicized, we can easily do that using CSS, which we will see in a separate video. Next, we also have a strong element that represents text of great importance. By default, the strong element makes the text bold that we wrap around it. So let us give this a whirl. So right here, let me select this and say strong and pass this text right within it. Let us give this a preview. So here you can see the strong element makes the text bold that we wrap around it, but we can always override how it should look in the browser with CSS, which we will see in later videos. In the past, we had a counterpart for the strong element, which was the B element, and B element also stands deprecated because styling should be done in CSS and not in HTML. So this was all I wanted to cover about working with text in HTML. Let's catch up in the very next one where we will learn about lists in HTML.